The Ramsey Pier in better times, when it was used as a major port of call for ferries visiting the Isle of Man, bringing many happy holidaymakers to the north of the island. Now it's closed off to the public completely, with its future remaining uncertain. The pier was built in 1886 at a cost of £45,000. Its purpose was to bring visitors here to the north of the island. And the last boat to actually use the pier was in 1970. And the pier was finally closed to all members of the public in 1991.
The public is getting absolutely fed up and angry of the waiting time, because we were promised that the Queen's Pier saga would be sorted out by the Council of Ministers by April. Then we were told May, and then June, now July, which means nothing happens until October.
What we are very much aware of is that in the past we have had plenty of very good ideas put forward as to how Ramsey Pier could be saved. They haven't been successful when they got to Tynwald, although members of Tynwald have all said afterwards, but we support the principle that we should save Ramsey Pier. I don't want to go back to Tynwald and end up with exactly the same position we've had before, where everyone agrees something should be done, but no one's prepared to agree on the solution.
This government has dithered since 1980 when it received the first report on the condition of the Queen's Pier. So 28 years of inaction is not acceptable to the people of Ramsey. We want a decision now, and that decision should be to refurbish the Queen's Pier using modern materials.
Once we get a feel for how government's finances are going to be in the future, then we need to make the decision as to whether we do go ahead with a refurbishment or whether we look at demolition.
In fact, what it could have cost $1 million 10, 12 years ago. Now we talk about 8 billion, 6 billion, you can put any figures you want, but it's never going to go downward. So let's make up our mind, let's do something, let's do what the people want. Please, please, please.
16 years ago, possibly more, Tynwald took a decision to effectively mothball the pier as a short-term measure. Now, 16 years on, we are certainly a long time outside of any short-term measures. It is time we actually did something. The pier is in some considerable degree of disrepair. We have a statutory duty under the protected buildings list or protected structures list to actually look after this structure, and I hope that Tynwald will be supportive.
Relatively speaking, the main structure beneath deck is in very good condition. The piles themselves are pretty good. Some of the steelwork has corroded to varying degrees, and the decking is in relatively poor condition.
It is virtually mothballed, certainly the Minister said for 5 years. After that, it'll be a consideration for the next Tynwald to decide how to take it on into the future. But you're quite right, it can't be used for the public at this stage.
But what we're going to do is to survey the underside of the pier all the way to the end. And we're going to go out by boat to do this. And we're going to have a camera, just like your cameras here. And we're going to record which bay we're in by putting the number on the film, and then be able to record forever what the state of the pier was before we decide to work on it. Well, it's taken a few years to convince the government that we really are serious. The point is that the government has always felt that things have to be done professionally from people across. You know, turnkey operation to repair something. And they've all been talking about millions of pounds to do it. And we've recognised that it's nowhere near that, but we do need money. Yeah. I'm not somebody that builds piers, but it doesn't frighten me one little tiny bit, because I've reached that point in life where I can do anything.